After samosa, if you can call anything a national street food of India, that would be Golgappa. Nationwide available with different kinds of names and equally loved by all. These small balloon puris are known as puchka, pani puri or even gupchup in some parts of India. In this video today we will learn all the tips and tricks of how to make this pani puri crispy, puffed up for a longer time. Welcome to Recipes You Like. Let's begin. To make golgappa or the pani puri, we have taken here half cup of suji semolina. In this add about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And to this we will also add half a tablespoon of wheat flour atta. Instead of wheat flour you can add maida to it. That's the refined flour. We will now knead this into a soft dough using warm water. Gradually add the water. Total we will require here about 3/8 cup of water to knead this flour. Initially you will find the dough a little rough or coarse, and then after kneading for some time, about 5 minutes, you will find it more soft and smooth. After you reach at that point, it means that your dough is perfectly kneaded. Now cover it up with a damp cloth and keep it to rest for about half an hour. After half an hour you will find your dough perfectly soft. See how soft it is. Suji has absorbed most of the water and the dough doesn't seem to be sticky. Now smear some oil over your working surface or kitchen counter, and after dividing the dough in two parts, let's take one of the part and roll it out into a thin sheet. Here it's very important that your rolled out sheet or this big roti shouldn't be neither too thick nor too thin, because if it's too thin, that is paper thin, your golgappas won't puff up in the oil, and if it's thick they either might become soft or crisp from one side but hard and thick from the other side. Now taking about 1.5 inch cookie cutter or a dhakkan or a katori like this, cut out round pieces, collect the extra dough and you can again roll it out. Here we will roll out and cut all the golgappa pieces. Until then, the pieces which are already ready, we will keep them under a wet cloth. And here we are done making all our golgappa pieces. It's time to fry them. Now to make a perfect round puffed up golgappa, not only the dough and the thickness of the sheet is very important, but the temperature of the oil is equally important. When you drop these small puris in the oil, keep in mind that the oil should be smoking hot and your gas stove should be on high. And as soon as your puris puff up, put your heat to a low. With a light hand, flip them upside down to get fried on both sides. And when they get crisp, golden brownish on both sides, you can strain them out. When you strain out your golgappas, don't keep them over a paper towel because they might get soft because of the oil retention and moisture of the paper below. It's better to keep your golgappas over a sieve for some time till the excess oil drops out. Now you can see these golgappa puris which have become like papri. Why are they like papri? Just because the oil was not appropriately hot. That is, the oil was much hotter than required. This one is perfect. Hear the crunch. We will now move on to complete our golgappa recipe. This is tamarind pulp of about 100 grams of tamarind, that is imli. Add half teaspoon salt or as per taste, half teaspoon of black pepper powder. In summers we usually don't get coriander dhania, so this is frozen dhania chutney, about a teaspoon. If you are using fresh coriander, add chopped half cup. Half a teaspoon of green chili paste. 1/4 teaspoon of dry ginger powder. Instead of ginger powder you can add fresh ginger, about an inch. Then half a teaspoon of black salt. This is dry mint. 1 full teaspoon of dry mint we will add here. Instead of dry mint you can add fresh mint. A cup of chopped fresh mint, pudina will be enough. Next goes in roasted cumin powder, zeera half a teaspoon and 1 teaspoon of chaat masala. We are also adding here 1 tablespoon of crumbled jaggery. Good, it's optional. Now mix it and let's keep this aside for a while. For the golgappa filling, we will also require potatoes. These are 3 medium-sized boiled potatoes. We will mash them. Use your hand smasher or a spoon like this, and after that let's add in salt. Add half a teaspoon or as per your taste. Add 1/4 to half a teaspoon of black salt, kala namak, half a teaspoon of green chili paste or as per your own taste, a teaspoon of chaat masala, half a teaspoon of cumin powder, zira. Now let's also make aloo a little bit tangy, so add in 4 to 5 teaspoons of this tamarind pulp in it, along with 1 to 2 tablespoons of boiled Bengal gram, that is kala chana, in it. Now well mix everything. Don't mash the kala chana. So our aloo filling is also done. One last thing left, we have to make the pani puri ka pani. For that we will strain this tamarind pulp first, and then over this add in about a liter of chilled water. If like me you want this more spicy, you can add half a teaspoon of red chili powder in this or skip it. Let me taste it, and this is perfect. We had some masala bundis with us. We'll also add half cup of it. Adding masala bundi is totally optional. It just looks fancy and good. How you can make them at home, the link is coming above. At last our chaat dukan is ready. Chaat shop is ready. Let's now dig in. If you like the recipe, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share, comment, subscribe, hitting the bell icon.